Well, how did this adventure in self-publishing start? I mean, I don't know much about your history as a writer. I mean, have you always written like from childhood or your teens, or is this something you decided you wanted to try later?
So I think I was one of those people who loved reading and dabbled in writing when I was younger. I always had very positive feedback from my English teachers. Even I would say two of them, I definitely remember saying to me, "Oh, you should become a writer. You should go into writing."
Mm-hmm.
But I never had the self confidence to do it. I don't think I felt that I could really make it. I'm not from one of those literary families. I didn't go to private school or anything in the UK, which is often where our literary writers come from. They're from
Right.
those kinds of echelons, and that's definitely not me. So I just put the dream on the back burner for a long time and got on with my life. I taught English to immigrants for most of my career, but then when we came to Taiwan, and my youngest son was becoming more independent, I had a choice when I came to Taiwan. Do I continue with teaching English? Because that's the obvious job for white foreigners from English speaking countries to do in Taiwan. Um, and I thought, or shall I try this writing thing? So I tried the writing thing and I found the Taipei Writers Group. I did some content writing for many years, actually. For even when I came back to the UK 4 years ago, I was still doing content writing for those. You probably I can't remember the name. Not BuzzFeed, but those kinds of sites. I mean, I
Websites.
was writing Colgate articles for a long time for the Colgate website
Okay.
and gardening articles and all this kind of thing. But then when I came back to the UK, by then my income from my fiction writing had grown sufficiently that, and the content writing was drying up. So I thought, okay, I'll just concentrate on the fiction writing. And that's worked out okay. But I think, yeah, sorry.
Well, I was just going to ask, did you have a master plan when you started, or did you just think? I mean, I know you said you would try it, but did you have everything mapped out in advance, or did you just say, "I'll publish one book, we'll see what happens, and then maybe I'll take the next step"?
I think I had an attitude that I was just going to try. I was just going to keep trying. So I published books of short stories, at the Taipei Writers Group, I was submitting short stories. So I published a book of those. And then I thought, oh, write a comedy sci-fi series. I made so many mistakes in the beginning. I had terrible covers. I was writing in a subgenre that actually isn't very popular, despite Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Actually, comedy science fiction is not that popular. If you want to make money, write military sci-fi for the
Mm-hmm.
American market, which I don't anyway. There's only so much, only so much bending that you can do, right? Um, yeah, my attitude was just to keep trying. And I had so many setbacks. I had, my 1-star reviews. terrible covers, no idea what I was doing really for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just say to myself, just do it because you enjoy the writing, just keep writing because you actually really like writing.
Yeah.
You love, who doesn't like making stuff up, making up characters, making up places and things to happen. So I think that helped carry me through. Whenever I would look at, I've only earned $10 this month, I've only earned $20 this month, and I've paid this money for a cover, and I've paid for editing, and never going to make my money back. And I would say, well, just keep on, just keep trying, looking at what other people were doing, trying to follow other people's leads, which is actually a bit of a minefield because there's a lot of gurus, there's a lot of people in self-publishing who will say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that,
Right.
buy my course, be very careful if you see people advertising their courses, go and look on Amazon, count how many reviews do they have, because that will tell you whether their books actually are selling. You have to question, if you're such a good writer, why aren't you writing? Why are you teaching?
Yeah.
You would be making a lot of money from writing. Having said that, a lot of writers just do it because they like teaching and they do have really valuable stuff to pass on.
Right.
And they're kind-hearted and they want to pass it on. And that's why they're doing courses. But there's also another contingent of people who are not doing so well writing, so they're trying to make money another way. And that's by passing on their possibly dubious knowledge to new writers.
If you can, do. If you can't, teach.
Well, as we're teachers, I was a teacher, you're a teacher, we can say that, right?